What's going on, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and we must chat about this. Kanika Jenkins' family has finally reached a settlement. As we recall, her and a bunch of her friends were at a hotel party. At this hotel party, I don't know if they was handing out party favors or they was slipping them in the girls' drinks, but Kanika seemed to be one of the only ones that was majorly affected by said concoction of alcohol and the medication. After a long investigation, the medication was concluded to be a medication meant for migraines and epilepsy. Because of however much she took in, she began to walk around the hotel very, very disoriented. There was no one, not a friend in sight to help her, to call her parents. And this became a whodunit. A lot of hotel surveillance was released, but nothing ever came of it. No charges for the friends. I'm still glad to this day that they were held under a microscope by not just police, like social media was on their ass. You know what I mean? But as I grew and as I experienced things within my own health and within, its decline, as well as, as you get older and you have different experiences where you've been extremely drunk and out in public, or dealing with your alcohol, not dealing with your alcohol, just different things about growing, that you realize that this type of thing could have happened to anybody. It's been instances in my own life where I reflect on it and I'm like, somebody could have drugged me this type of way. Somebody could have drugged me that type of way. Thank God that it never happened. But there are instances where you put your drink down and you become a victim to just about anybody. It can happen that fast. It doesn't mean that you did something wrong. What it means is you're around people that don't value you. You're around people that want to take advantage of you more so than showing love. They try to disguise the showing love to get what they want. And I think that none of them intended, especially Kanika didn't intend on dying that day. But being so disoriented, the coming out of the clothes, how she was discovered inside the freezer, it could have very well been her walking into the freezer, getting so overheated, because that has happened to me before after I've drunk. And you are in this desperate attempt to take your clothes off to get some air. Once you get into a different temperature than, like, say, okay, outside the freezer versus inside the freezer, your body instantly goes into shock. I know y'all done seen the mountain and the people went up there to the mountain and a lot of them didn't come back down. When you look back and see scenes of that and you see a guy and they in the bitter cold and you see a guy ripping his clothes off, he's number one disoriented. He's number two going through stages of hypothermia. His whole body is in shock, and there is no right or wrong answer to him. Directly after shock, if you don't get help, you are incapable of moving, you're incapable of thinking, you're incapable of anything that can save you, right? Very dangerous. And it's very possible that while her friends did let her down tremendously by letting her wander off by herself, and they also are at fault for having somebody around that's drugging young women and wanting to take advantage of them. All of the other avenues of what they could have did, murdering her, I feel like that's off the table. Coming to a settlement, y'all gotta finally come to grips with things don't happen the way that you think that it happened in most cases. This case taught me that you can't jump to conclusions. The hotel is at fault for not having anybody checking that freezer daily, if not every 6 hours or so, for quality control or what have you. It's unclear to me if once you close it, can you not open it from the inside? That she honestly probably thought with how dark it was that she was outside. She probably thought that she was outside. It is Chicago. It is bitter cold. She probably thought she finally made it out of the hotel and was getting some air. And unfortunately, with the concoction that was in her system, it proved to be fatal. I would tell any young women, I highly speak against hotel parties. Hotel parties, especially with our culture and how they do it, it never ends right. Like the one and only hotel party I went to, literally, they got themselves kicked out of that hotel party. They got themselves kicked out. They was being extremely hot. They was all in the hallways, all in the lobby, lounging around. Get to the room for the party. You feel what I'm saying? It was like y'all being so hot to where y'all making the employees be like, where are y'all supposed to go? Like, do y'all need some type of help? And then on top of that, I mean, it needed to get shut down because they pre-made the drinks before anybody got there. That was very suspicious. And then the last thing is they didn't play no music. I'm like, what are y'all trying to get to in here? So yes, hotel parties are dead. Make sure that you know where your kids are. Make sure that you can verify what they are saying. Kenneka Jenkins was a very hardworking young woman. I believe they said that this was one of her only nights off or something like that, only days off. And she wanted to spend it in good spirits with her friends and stuff. She did not go out in order to have a bad time. And she did not deserve to be drugged and to be left. Those events happening is what caused her death. So if they can be charged, they should in a wrongful death. We don't know if down the line there will be any criminal charges for this, but this will hang over all of these young people's heads for the rest of their life. And hopefully they learn from this to be better friends. It's your girl, B. Octavia. Thank y'all for hearing me out, and I will see y'all in my next video.